What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest Kengan Omega, Chapter 208, live reaction. As we're doing these flashbacks, I think I'm going to continually do live reactions until the flashback is 100% over, because I'm excited to find out which one is Tiger Nico, you know what I mean? There was the possibility of it being one of the former students, as I said, but then last chapter it was brought up that there was a devil among the 7 Nikos, so it sort of falls to the fact that it's not some hidden student or a failed student that wanted to get revenge on everybody or something like that. It's more so it's got to be one of these 7. Now, a lot of people brought up, I believe, number 6, the one who's got like the Howard Wolowitz cut but covering his eyes sort of idea, right? I thought that guy looked like too on the nose, so I'm still going with it either being 5, I believe, which is the one with the glasses, who's a rival to 4, or 7, the one with the latent potential, who looks like a classic shonen MC character, right? So, without further ado, though, let's just jump into the live reaction and see if we find out which one's Tiger Nico yet. So, Chapter 208 is entitled The Last Get Together. Ooh, ominous. We left the inside and went a few hundred clicks west until we arrived at, we're here, boys, Gamukaku standing there with everyone, Gakigahara Forest. Gakigahara Forest. There we go. I think I got that right. At least not completely butchered anyways. Nice shot, nice shot. Nice big mountain. Feels like we're heading to the Pokemon League here. Alright. And yeah, so 7's the MC, 4. I did get it right. 6 is the one now. Isn't this interesting? Everyone's saying it was 6 since 2 chapters ago. Everyone says Tiger Nico is 6. I feel like he's a red herring. 4 is almost for sure. Well, actually, it would be kind of interesting if that was flipped and he was Tiger Nico, because he looks so much like our Nico, Oma's Nico, that, you know, everyone's just saying, oh yeah, 4 is definitely the Nico we know and love. You know, you never know what's going to happen. And though I think that's a little bit of a stretch, still, you never know. And 7, of course, the one that looks like an MC. Picturesque, ain't it? But this place is just as dangerous as it is beautiful. The whole forest is a powerful magnetic field, making it a forest of death that not even wild animals can live in. Alright, so the same sort of description we got from Oma's teacher before. It's been a place for martial artists to train for generations. A harsh environment that ordinary people can't even come near. Oh, hi! There's 1 in 5, and there's some high school girls, I think. Some you know, like, are we doing a class field trip or something? Okay, next page. Oh man, people are camping. Looks like a class field trip or something. People are barbecuing, setting up tents. There's a warp. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, I wonder what happened here. This is sort of taking away the mystique of it all, isn't it? Father, these people don't exactly look like martial artists to me. No, they don't. Yeah, some of them look like students. And, let's see. And, oh, a couple of them are starting to... Oh, you go to high school in Tokyo. Yeah, we sort of live in Tokyo, too. We live in a bit of a bad neighborhood, though. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're not unfamiliar with going and trying to pick up some chicks. All right, let's go. Let's go. The Nikos are not so isolated that they're brain dead, shall we say. Hey, you there. Drop the tourist stacked. Oh, man. We know, Father. Gakigahara Forest turned into a tourist trap in recent years, right? It's the Kyoto Women's Academy, I think it is. I think it's like the major Kyoto city. Well, no, they said they're from Tokyo, so maybe I'm reading that wrong. Kind of hard to tell. Anyways, it's all in white lettering on a gray background, so anyways. But it's from a women's academy, so yeah, it's a big field trip, like I guessed. Okay, so it's a big field trip. Camping, recreation, that kind of stuff. The times are changing. The times, they are a-changing. Let's see. You got to be pretty impressed for how smug you were when you described it to us. Oh wow. Now they're letting them have it. Now they're taking shots. Let's see. And then we have 2 and 5 talking to those girls again. Hey ladies, how'd you like to go deep into the forest with us? We'll make sure to escort you so you'll be perfectly safe. And to be fair, those guys clearly look. They're tall. They're lean. They're jacked. You know, they could probably pick up a couple of ladies fairly easy with the level of confidence they have. They're not stuttering, they're not shy, they're not moody and brooding, you know. They're following the rules. They're following the rules on basically how to at least appear approachable and all that stuff. So let's go. Granted, that's everything I've ever learned from a romantic comedy, which is totally accurate and definitely, you know, a guide to how to pick up women. Of course, romantic comedies are, you know, A-plus reading material, shall we say, or research material, I should say. So let's see, and Galvagog is just losing his shit. Hey, stop picking up chicks. We can't bring any tourists with us. This is serious business. What the hell is happening? So let's see. So they keep going onward. So while we ran into a little trouble along the way, we headed for the center of the forest. So I'm wondering who's going to dislike this. I don't mind it. Was it necessary? No, but it sort of gives us a little bit of a feel for the relationship between Mukaku and his 7 Nikos, and how the 7 Nikos acted outside of the inside sort of idea. They seem to be relaxed. It's not like they're unfamiliar with social behavior, not like Olmo when he was the wild beast child in the inside and stuff. These guys have clearly been raised with some level of manners and etiquette and confidence and all these other things. So yeah, alright, so I find it maybe an unnecessary scene, but it's a funny scene, it's a fun scene, you know. But I'm curious on who in the community is not gonna like it, you know. So let's see. So they went to the middle of the forest, and then okay, we're back. Mukaku talking to Alma. So Retsuda's actually asleep there. Retsuda's asleep. Isn't that where you trained, Alma? Says Koga. I didn't think it'd be so banal. I haven't no banal, really. That's a fun word. Yes, this is news to me. Alma's sitting there like, really? This is where we're going with this? Keep your comments to yourself and wake up, Metsudo Jr. Oh, geez, some Mukaku's getting mad. Alright, we're back to the flashback. At least it was one panel. That's one problem I have with flashbacks sometimes, is that when you do, like, I'm talking longer flashbacks, like 5 or 6 chapters at least long flashbacks, maybe not a whole arc, but an extendedly long flashback, when it's put off even longer by constantly doing like a quarter or a third of the chapter being character reactions in the present and keep jumping back and forth, I find it just it sort of drags it out unnecessarily. But just one reaction shot, one panel, no big deal. Alright, because it seems we're jumping right back, because he said, I'm not embarrassed, you idiots, I already factored that in. And alright, geez, you're covering it up, aren't you? Yeah, Mukaku's doing a little bit of that coping. He's coping. It's fine, Mukaku, you're old, you're behind the times, it's fine. Yeah, you're like an open book. Alright. So they have an interesting, they have a good dynamic of a relationship. I actually do like it. The tourist trap only covers a small sliver of the forest. All they're doing is splashing in the shallows. But we're heading for the deeper part of the forest. Okay, fair enough. Do not, literally written in the panel, do not enter. The forbidden zone where no one goes in and comes back to tell the tale. Alright, boom. So now we got a roaring fire. It's we can assume the center of the forest, the same rough place that Oma was at. It's getting late, so we'll start training tomorrow. Oh, here we go. And then this is 70. Alright. From tomorrow on, you're on your own. I want each of you to find your own place to sleep. You mean we're going to train in different places? That's right. You wouldn't want the others to distract you from mastering the secret technique, would you? Okay, so it's the same method to the madness. Yeah, I was wondering, how is that going to work in a group? How is it going to work in a group type format? So, this technique's far and away more difficult than any you've learned so far. You've got to focus 100% on yourself. I mean, when you think about Demon's Bane and how it's no different than Mikazuchi's sort of training idea in the middle of the forest and stuff, and basically it's all in here. You cannot, it's not something that you can train and sort of practice with other people trying to obtain the same thing. It's a singular, it's a solo game, you know, and it's not one of those games that you can try to make multiplayer. It's never intended that way, and you have to do certain treks solo. So yeah, okay, all right. Let's see. You have 1 week. You're forbidden from making contact with anyone but me. Okay, so they're gonna disperse, spread out into the forest, and Mukaku's going to individually try to get them, I assume, using the same method that Tokita Nico did for Oma, I assume is going to happen here. And you're forbidden from breathing a word about the secret technique you've learned, even to your own brothers. Okay, okay, wait a minute. That's interesting. So, this is a bit of a question of a do or die, because that's an interesting line, because this implies he's sort of making them turn on each other right out of the gate. Maybe not the best idea. But if Demon's Bane is not a different move depending on who uses it, it's not one of those, those type of moves like that fluctuates depending on the user, we can assume that Demon's Bane is Demon's Bane for everybody, right? And that's the secret technique that Mukaku is discussing and talking about, is Demon's Bane, of course, the secret technique of the Nico style. So, I'm curious as to why keep it a secret if they've learned it, unless he was intending to keep even those who failed. He was going to make sure they lived and keep them around, whether they obtained the ultimate technique or not. Because what's the point in keeping Demon's Bane a secret from each other? They all know all the other katas. I don't know if that's a problem with the translation, or the line is implying something else. Or, I think there's something fishy about this line of dialogue. Like, unless it's more of a test than anything else, and like, if they all had solved Demon's Bane and be like, yeah, no, that was just to put you guys on your toes. And you guys can tell each other, of course, it's Demon's Bane. Or maybe one of them were supposed to come up with the name, sort of idea. I wonder if it's called Demon's Bane because it did, yeah. This might just be to put them on edge, not trust each other, stay on your toes, not try to forge any secret alliances while in the forest, and be like, no, you're all doing this individually, solo, and when we're all done, that's it, so... Let's see. Man, you're being dramatic. Yeah, aren't we all learning the same move? Yeah, there's the question. That's what I'm saying. And our Tokita Nico is leaving. Are we done here? I'm gonna go get some food. All right. You better keep your eyes peeled. From the looks of things, there aren't any decent food sources in here. Well, that's right. It was just like bugs and dirt and shit. And and Five's watching. See, Five's the most suspicious to me. 5 and 7 are suspicious. Alright, let's see. And he walks off. 4's right. Securing a food source will be the first hurdle. Oh, I brought some ready-made meals. Hand them over, you moron. That's awesome. He's like, hey guys, I got Hungry Man meals. Look, instant ramen. Only 44 cents. Yeah, okay. It's like, yeah, no, you're not allowed to do that. That's cheating. That's cheating. Okay, cool. Sai, a secret technique, huh? This is getting pretty serious. Still, I didn't think the 7 of us would make it this far. Hey, Father, how are the people who dropped out doing? See, I'm still not... There was a devil... Wait a minute. What was the line in the last chapter? Did it specifically say among those 7 there was a devil among them? Because you can read that as sort of a red herring. You can read that in a different way, given context, because they're the ones bringing it up. I'm still convinced that maybe all these guys could be good. They're all red herrings, and it's a disgruntled 8th student, right, that followed them into the forest, and that's the devil is among them, yeah, in the shadows. Hey, Father, how are the people who dropped out doing? Couldn't tell you, says Mukaku, but the fact that we haven't heard from them must mean that they're doing fine. Okay, so they're not dead or anything. It's like, yeah, well, they moved on, and we probably would have heard if they were dead or something like that, so I assume they're doing fine. And, once again, even if they weren't as good as these 7, let's say there was 12 and 5 of them are no longer there, right? Those 5 still have pretty decent fighting capability, even knowing, like, one of the katas, or something like that. Like, maybe it's only rudimentary Nico style, but it's still enough to probably survive in the inside. If somebody learned basically Koga's level of stuff, or even a little lower, which I assume the step down from these 7 would still be like a Koga level Nico style user, at the very least. So, yeah. So they're assuming they would have heard. All right. And 7 says, we haven't seen them in the inside. Do you think they went outside? I just hope they can fit in. Yeah, they could have left. That's right, too. There's nothing holding them there. And they couldn't be Tokita Nico. But they were like brothers to us all the same. I hope we can see them again. Okay, so these guys are sitting there like... They're not sitting there like, oh yeah, anybody who couldn't be one of us 7. They don't have a superiority complex or anything like that, or this hierarchy crap. They're like, yeah, no, like, we trained together since we were young, and, you know, probably a lot of them were good friends growing up, like brothers. As I said, they were like brothers to us all the same, just because they're not as good as us, or their potential only took them so far, their talent only took them so far, doesn't mean we didn't like them or anything. It's like, oh, we can't stand up and people who can't master my level, you know, like, that's not how it works. So that's okay. So now I'm back on my other train. I'm back on my it's Tiger Nico's not among the 7. It's a disgruntled. I'm back among another. All right, let's see. It could be, once again, there's a lot of avenues. I don't know. I don't think we're finding out this chapter, but we might. Let's see. So, and still, we've never done anything like this before. Yeah, it's like we're camping. I mean, that's basically what you're doing until morning. And then Russell, oh, 4's coming back. Wait a minute. That was quick. Yeah, there were more edible plants around than I thought, and bugs too. Oh man, he's got a whole sack worth. Damn, that was pretty quick. Well, now that 4's back, Russell, let's recharge our batteries for tomorrow. I brought booze and snacks. All right, 3's my kind of guy. He's like, all right. Since we're not really training till tomorrow morning, let's get hammered. Let's go. And, oh, they're all like, yeah, that's our brother for ya. He knew what to do. He was thinking. And Gamokaku was just like, you guys really taking this seriously? We're here to train, you know? Like, but it seems like Mukaku's, like, doing it as a lull, too. Like, these damn brats. Like, you know, sort of idea. And he's just like, whatever. Because, oh, and they are actually drinking and cheering. They're laughing. Mukaku's sort of disgruntled by the whole thing that they're not taking seriously, but he's still accepting the sake or whatever they got, the ale and stuff, and just, yeah, fine. Let's have a camping trip, boys. That's my boys. You know, what am I gonna do? And they're all clinking glasses and cheering and la 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 la. And let's see, and that was our last get together as a family. Oh shit! Shit about to go down, and oh. 1 week later. Wait. 1 week later into the training. How long did it take Oma to learn the technique again? Shit, I wish I had that information. So they've been in the forest for a week. And Mukaku is shocked. And no wonder he never showed up. Oh, one of them's... Oh shit, which one's this? Buzz. He's been dead for a whole day. Alright, so this guy was killed 6 days in. And he notices. So this was the fatal wound. Which means, oh, he was attacked from the back. Look, it like literally caved in. It shattered. It's like it was clearly by a knife or a sword or something. And it literally carved him right through the front and back. Because look, he was attacked. I assume that's the same. Let's see, the cut goes this way on the back, and on the front if I was facing, yeah, so that cut across his chest, and that's 7. Oh, it's because his hair's all matted down and his eyes are all bulged out. I couldn't tell. 7, the one with the latent potential. The MC Vibes is dead. Oh shit. Oh, poor 7. So 7 is gone. 7, what are you doing dead? Okay, so Mukaku's not happy about this. But he seemed to be attacked from behind because it's much more deeper up on the back. So he was attacked from behind and it cut right through his chest so that he had no chance of survival, which means 7 didn't lose legit by the sounds of it. He was attacked. Uh-oh. What's going on? Is that the end of the chapter? No, oh, it's still going, and whap, oh, Mukaku hears something, he rushes forward, huh? 2? Wait, 2's dead as well. Whoa. 2's on the ground. It doesn't look like he's shattered through the back, but it looks like he's bleeding a lot, and he was attacked from the back, but 2 might not be dead, I don't know. 2, watch out, father! Oh, there's one of them. Who is it? Oh, it's 1. 6 killed 2. He's trying to kill us all. Don't let him trick you, father. It was 1. Oh, shit. 1 and 6. Alright, so nobody really suspected 1 that I saw on, like, Reddit or anything like that. Nobody suspected 1, and I don't. 6 has been the obvious pick since we got introduced to them. And then now they both have knives. 2 is down from knife wounds. 7 was killed by knife wounds. 2 might not be dead. 6 killed 2. Alright, so they're implying that 2 is now dead. Let's see. Huh. Okay, but how did they easily get at them like that? Even if they were... Oh, wait a minute. Gamukaku says, 7 was killed by a strike from behind. He would only show his back to me or his brothers. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Yeah, I mean, alright, this is actually fair, but Mukaku, you should be able to... You should be able to knock them out right now. Like, Mukaku, there's only 2 of them right there. He should be able to... I would argue that Mukaku, at this stage, should be able to incapacitate both of them while they're on high alert. He should be able to incapacitate 6 and 1 until he sorts it all the fuck out. And then go look for the others or something. Or tie them up or something. Like, I would argue Mukaku would be able to. But he's making a good point. 7 was skilled from a strike from behind, which he would only show his back to me or his brothers. And now these 2 are arguing that one of them killed the other. No one's mentioning 7. Damn. Alright, and... Oh, that's the end of the chapter. Okay, so... No, I don't know. It still potentially could be one of the other students followed them into a forest and decided to systematically attack them, and they were like, hey, what are you doing here and stuff? But as they said, treated them like brothers. Mukaku's term of he would only turn his back on one of his brothers, and did they not confirm that the people, even if they weren't strong enough to become Tokita Nico in Mukaku's eyes, they considered them brothers. So 7 still would have turned his back on one of the former students that failed to be Tokita Nico. So then, okay, and he's holding a grudge or whatever like that, he would still turn his back. Now, why 1 or 6? Who really killed 2? Unless the 8th one is disguised as one of them, and then attacked 2 and fled, and then the other one, you did this, no, you must have done it, blah blah blah. And okay, so I'm still holding out for my theory that there's an 8th person here, not Mukaku, but or a 9th person, I guess, that there's somebody among the Nikos, one of the former brothers. I think that's going to be the big shocker moment right now, because yeah, they're just not giving off that right vibes. But 7 is dead, so that destroys one of my theories that 7. This holds out for people who thinks it's 6. 6 has been a little too on the nose. 5's the other obvious choice. I thought 7 would be sort of the thing. Yeah, okay, I'm still... Alright, here's what I'm going to say. If it's... This is a good chapter, by the way. This is a good chapter. I like this whole whodunit sort of idea. Since it's not 7, if it is one of the 7 Nikos, I'm going to hold out for 5. The guy in the glasses. If it's not, then I'm going to say it's, as I said, the 8th one that followed them. One of their former brothers. Because that still makes sense for murdering 7, turning his back, yada yada yada, and he'd be disgruntled by not being good enough for Mukaku. And Tiger Nico joined the worm, seems to have no problem working with the worm, knowing about the inside, knowing what it is, and all this stuff, and I assume that these guys knew about. So it's almost like I wasn't good enough to be your Nico, well, I'm good enough to be the worm's Nico, and I'll work against everything that you held dear. You know what I mean? He's the abandoned son sort of idea. And then if it's not that, so I think my order is, I think those two theories are tied. It's either 5 or it's not one of the 7. And then right below that, it's 6. I'll go with the common assumption by a lot of the community and say it's 6. That's gonna be my thing. Right below that, it's 4. The one that we've all assumed is Oma's master is actually Tiger Nico this whole time, and purposely was made to look like a young version of our Nico to throw us off. That's my next guess. So those are my 4 guesses. What do you guys think? How did you like the reaction too? Yeah, so anyways, that's the afterthought part. But yeah, the chapter was really good. I like it. I like that I'm doing these live reactions for this flashback. We're getting a lot of cool information. I love backstories. When backstories are good, backstories are great. And especially for a series like this, is a sequel series about a character who we've wanted to know the full story and account of since the first series. So this has been a long time coming. And I think we're just all really happy that we're finally getting the lore and the info that we want. So anyway, in the background, right? In the backstory. So anyways, that's it from me, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys have a great day. And this has been Griever. Like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 208, the last get-together. Very, very sad. I really actually liked the camaraderie and stuff. And as I said, I don't know who's going to, for some reason, dislike the first half of the chapter with the tourists and the high school girls and stuff. But this and the camping trip showcased that they really were a family, a found family sort of idea. And it's very sad to me that they're broken up. We've only known them for a couple of chapters, but I'm already like, oh, you know, I'm not going to shed tears, but I'm sort of just falling over it. It's like, I kind of like these guys. Like, I'm sort of like, where are they now? Sort of like the Roger Pirates. Where are they now? You know, it's like, they show up in the story. It's like, hey, that guy, you know. Apparently that's not going to happen here. I mean, we already knew that, you know, from the first series, but still sad to see it happen, you know, panel by panel. But anyways, that's it from me, guys. Have a great one. See you back here next time. Sayonara.